Hi, I'm Dr. Darrell Hestelin, and I want to share with you a breakthrough. This is revolutionary in how we look at our health and certain things we do. It's an 80-year-old breakthrough, and that sounds crazy. But as you go through this, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's about the good oils and bad oils, and it'll be a totally different picture than you've seen before. In this webinar, I will share with you critical information that has gone almost unnoticed for over 80 years. Life-saving information. Everyone needs to know this. First of all, I just want to back up a little bit on fish oil. That's been a very popular thing. About 1 in 4 people take fish oil, and it's basically not necessary. Not basically, it is unnecessary. In 2012, the Journal of the American Medical Association published a systemic review and meta-analysis of over 20 studies of fish oil. And they found that the omega-3, the polyunsaturated fatty acids, that's the EPA-DHA, supplementation was not associated with a lower risk of all disease mortality, cardiac death, sudden death, myocardial infarction, or stroke. Now, because inflammation is a critical part of all of that, it's basically saying it's not effective against inflammation either. So it's being sold for the wrong reasons. Supplements give us a megadose, and that is dangerous. Yes, EPA and DHA from omega-3 fatty acids are essential. However, they are not essential fatty acids. Understand, the general term for essential fatty acids is that we really need them. The true meaning is that essential fatty acids are the core acid or fatty acids from which all other fats can be made. Actually, this should be called parent essential fatty acids, and that's how we refer to it as we go on. But it is not, the EPA-DHA is not needed in the high doses we've been told to take. And the consequences of too much EPA and DHA are just becoming clear. A study in the Journal of National Cancer Institute made headlines around the world when it showed that men with high blood levels of EPA and DHA had a 43% increase in prostate cancer. Not only did they have more prostate cancer, but they had a 71% increase in the risk of aggressive prostate cancer, cancers requiring invasive treatment. Those that ate fish did not show this increase in cancer. EPA and DHA are not normally part of the cell membranes of skin cells. Megadosing forces them into the cell membranes, and this impairs oxygenation of the cell. See, unadulterated omega-6 fats are necessary to transmit oxygen through the cell membrane. And when that gets impaired, the cell can become a permanent cancer cell and irreversible. The increase in fish oil corresponds with an increase in skin cancer, according to Professor Peskin, who's leading the research on parent essential oils out of Cambridge University. EPA-DHA are derivatives and not essential. They are not oxygen transporting. Your cells must have oxygen and freely transmitted through the cell membrane. EPA-DHA impairs that free flow. So your body converts unadulterated omega-3 fatty acids from plants, nuts, seeds, so on, to EPA-DHA as needed. See, what we need is plant oils. LA, or linoleic acid, is the omega-6, and the alpha-linoleic, ALA, alpha-linoleic acid, or omega-3. These are the parent essential oils, and that's the best term to use in talking about the oils that we really need. The body can make all of the essential oils it needs from these two unadulterated oils. In other words, they have not been processed and mutilated by chemical extraction, heat, that sort of thing. The fish oil research did not consider residence times. In other words, how long is it active in our system? And because of that, it overestimates the amount that we need. Actually, about 1 to 5% of the plant oils are converted as needed and provides the body all of the EPA-DHA that's necessary. The two oils, linoleic or omega-6, primary function is to transport oxygen through the cell membrane. They're actually like oxygen magnets. drawing the oxygen into the cells, tissues, and vital organs. ALA, or the omega-3 parent oils, their primary function is for energy, and a small amount is converted as needed. See, this information was discovered in the 1930s by Otto Warburg, MD, PhD. Many scientists consider him the most brilliant biochemist of all time. When a cell's oxygen levels are reduced by 35% for a length of time, it becomes a cancer cell and is irreversible. His results have been validated several times and never challenged. It is solid information. Brian Peskin is leading the research on adulterated parent essential oils, and you can get more information at cambridgemedscience.org. Adulterated processed oils impair oxygen transport through the cell membrane. Low oxygen in the cells is the primary cause of all cancers. That's an outstanding thing to know, and that's according to Warburg and others. The message that you want to take from this is to increase your cellular oxygenation, the healthy state, by avoiding all processed oils, and this includes fish oil. Now, it's not only the oil in the bottles that you add to your foods and salads, it's also all those oils in the processed food that are packaged. Look at the labels. There's many different types of sunflower, soy, soybean, and so on, different types of oils in those foods. Minimize your intake of that. And then take organic, unadulterated omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. This is the best way to ensure your proper cellular oxygenation. See, if you go to the grocery store and pick up a bottle of canola, safflower, peanut oil, whatever, you'll see how clear it is. And that's because it's been processed, heat-treated, filtered, so that it looks so pure and clear, and that's what people are used to buying. But those oils are adulterated, they're altered, and processed so they do not conduct oxygen to meet your body's needs. See, having high levels of cellular oxygen is the grand key to avoiding cancer, to reduce your risk, according to Warburg. See, the low oxygen in cells is the primary cause of all cancers, according to Warburg. Is cancer genetic? Well, John Mendelsohn, president of the MD Anderson Cancer Center, stated, now this is one of the top cancer centers in the world, any claims that the genetic research is going to be the key to curing cancer is not appropriate. Epigenesis is the study of the environment of the cell and the genes, and therefore from this they can state that less than 1% of cancers are genetic. Epigenesis requires three factors. That you reduce your toxic burdens, because the toxins in there interfere with the proper genetic expression. The nutrition has to be key. All of the nutrients have to be readily available when the cell needs it. And oxygen would be part of that. And if you have unadulterated fats and a big part of your diet is processed foods with these bad fats, your chance of having weakened cells is greatly enhanced. And the other interesting component to the epigenesis is emotion. How you handle stress. The body's reaction to handling stress is critical in having your full potential of your genetic expression. Another study is the nutrigenomics. It's the study of the effects of foods and food constituents on gene expression. And that could be a subcategory of epigenesis. And understanding that food constituents, that's greatly affected by how the food is processed. The cofactors that are necessary for the vitamins and minerals to cross the cell membrane are often destroyed or greatly altered when the temperature gets over about 106 degrees. So when low levels of unadulterated omega-6 are consumed, the body, now when low levels, I want to make sure that's clear, when low levels of unadulterated omega-6 are consumed, the body rations them to the critical organs first. That would be the brain, heart, lungs, kidney. Other critical organs, but not so essential for function, are the prostate and breast tissue. And they need a high ratio of omega-6 normally, but get less when we have a low level of it. Less omega-6, less oxygenation. Prostate and breast cancer are the leading cancers for each sex worldwide. Gives you an idea of what's in our diets. All commercial oils are overprocessed and impair oxygenation of the cell. Common understanding is that omega-6 is inflammatory and should be limited. I've heard this for years. The truth is, unadulterated omega-6 is inflammatory and anti-inflammatory. It balances out. So cooking with omega-6 oils, the oils are adulterated or broken down. And omega-3 oils are not used for cooking. So our need is less because we have less adulterated omega-3s unless you're taking a lot of fish oil. So supplementing with unadulterated omega-3 is needed in smaller amounts. We need to take unadulterated parent essential oils, and according to Professor Peskin, the best and probably the only way we really can get that is through supplementation. To ensure we get enough, we need to supplement with unadulterated organic, minimally processed parent essential oils, using a plant-based oil supplement such as Wellspring. Now, in your diet, you need to replace the bad fats with unadulterated, organic, minimally processed sources, such as organically processed oils, nuts, and seeds, or minimally processed oils and seeds, while adding moderate supplementation of the omega-3, according to Professor Peskin. So the key ingredients here in Wellspring, organic borage oil. It's an abundant source of linoleic acid, La, and it's the richest plant source of gamma-linolenic acid. And this is so especially supportive of joint health. I used to use this a lot in my practice. The GLA has both inflammatory and anti-inflammatory properties, and so that gets that balance again, that it makes our body use it and be healthy. Flaxseed oil is a high in alpha-linoleic acid, the omega-3s. It's also supportive of healthy cholesterol. Pumpkin seed oil, this is another rich source of the linoleic acid, omega-6. And pumpkin seeds also have phytosterols, are also important for supporting heart health. And a real key factor here is the organic coconut oil. It's a medium chain triglycerides. It's gotten a bad rap for a number of years because it's a saturated fat. Now they're finding out this is a fat that's critical for our health. And this supports healthy cholesterol and brain function. In fact, I add a couple of tablespoons of coconut oil to my first cup of coffee in the morning. And it's a great way to get that in. It helps control the appetite and cuts food cravings. Numerous studies indicated an impact on reducing the risk of Alzheimer's with coconut oil. And there's a lot more, it's really stimulated a lot of studies because of the results that have been revealed so far. And it can aid in weight loss. Like other oils, you want organic, unrefined oil for the greatest benefits. Turmeric and its additive compounds have hundreds of published studies on its health benefits for support of healthy blood sugar, brain health, and joint health. Curcumin, the main extract of turmeric, is highly effective as a natural way to soothe temporary inflammation. Taking curcumin or the turmeric with fat increases the absorption threefold. But the highest absorption comes when both fat and natural antioxidants are combined with curcumin. Gingerols in ginger root and astaxanthin, a very powerful antioxidant, are also in the product and gives us the maximum absorption then of the curcumin. Now, if you were to go find high quality individual ingredients at a discount, then taking them would cost about $150 a month. Member price for Wellspring for a maintenance dose is $38.79. Now, there's a summer special. If you order 3 bottles, you get a free membership, and the membership is $19.95, so that's another price break on this, if you will. Or if you order $100 of any of the products from Touchstone Essentials, the membership is free for this summer savings special. Use the code SUMMER SAVINGS. You can order here by clicking on the link or at the end of the video. you'll be redirected to the website where you can purchase that. Now, I hope you understand the importance of avoiding bad fats and including the good fats. Now, this is Breakthrough, but it's 80 years old because it's not a big money maker. And so much of our food industry is altered when you look at that. It's for your long-term health in reducing your risk of cancer. If you would like others to know about this life-saving information, contact me. I'd be glad to do a live webinar for you and a group, or to share this recording. For your total health, I'm Dr. Daryl Hestelin, and this is my email address. And if you'd like to order, you can click on this link or just stay on and you'll be redirected to the website where you can place the order. Thanks for your time.